Hey, we're going to talk about Red Bull. Well, of course, the image that comes to your mind is the beverage, which is the most popular energy drink in the world. Why? Because it contains caffeine. That's a stimulant. It also has glucuronolactone, which really doesn't do anything, but it has taurine. And that is what is of interest to me right now. Now, taurine is an amino acid. It's not one that's incorporated into proteins in the body, but it is very important for muscle function. It also lends its name to the beverage, that is to Red Bull, because Taurus is the Latin word for bull. And you might think that the reason that the beverage is called that is because of the energetic nature of a bull, which it is, just ask any matador. But that's not the reason that Taurus is called that. It is called that because originally in 1827, it was isolated from the semen of bulls. Now, why my interest now? Because of a major study that came out in Science, which is one of the top peer-reviewed journals in the world. And it describes increase in longevity and increase in health span. Now, that, of course, is of interest, especially as the age starts to pile up. You pay more and more attention to anything that may retard the march of time. So, taurine as a supplement was found to increase longevity and health span. Interesting. The trouble is that this was the case if you happen to be a mouse or if you're a monkey. And the doses that were used in that study were way, way larger than anything that we would be exposed to in the food that we eat, because meat, for example, is quite rich in taurine. But they were giving a gram of taurine per kilogram of body weight to these animals. Translate that to humans, that for an average human, 65 kilograms, that would be 65 grams. How much is there in a can of Red Bull? 1 gram. I think drinking 65 cans of Red Bull would be a challenge even to the most devoted fans of the beverage. However, is it possible that even smaller doses of taurine will have some effect on our health and our life expectancy? Nobody knows. That hasn't been studied. So a study like this, where you have animals, where you've seen a benefit, but you've seen it with exaggerated doses, it's a study that should stimulate further research. We'll see. I'm not ready to take taurine supplements, and neither am going to get ready to drink massive amounts of Red Bull, even though the beverage promises to give you wings. Well, the only way I can give wings to this Red Bull is like that. Red Bull makes you fly.